When fists fly, secrets spill, and the world watches, you know chaos has officially taken over. The Love and Hip Hop Atlanta set turned into an absolute war zone when Rasheeda and Jasmine's long-simmering feud exploded in front of cameras. What started as a heated argument escalated into a full-blown catfight, so intense that security had to rush in to separate them. But the fight didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. It got even messier because just hours later, Rasheeda went live on Instagram, her eyes swollen from tears, her voice breaking as she finally spoke her truth. And in that moment, fans didn't just sympathize. They rallied behind her with a force no one could have expected. But here's the kicker. Insiders are already leaking backstage audio, celebrity reactions, and secret texts that show this. Fight was just the beginning of something much bigger. The cameras were already rolling when Rasheeda walked onto the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta set that day. But you could feel it in the air. Something was about to go horribly wrong. The audience, packed with diehard fans, knew that when Rasheeda and Jasmine shared the same stage, sparks were guaranteed. What no one expected, however, was for the sparks to become a full-blown firestorm that would send security running, the cast scrambling, and the internet spinning out of control. Rasheeda came in with her usual aura, polished, confident, businesswoman energy, radiating through her sharp blazer and flawless makeup. She wasn't there to play, but everyone knew that her composure was paper-thin whenever Jasmine entered the room. And sure enough, Jasmine arrived minutes later, strutting in like she owned the place. She was dressed in a skin-tight black dress, dripping with confidence. Her phone clutched in her hand like a secret weapon. The tension was instant. The host tried to start light, asking generic questions about the season's events, but both women ignored him. Their eyes were locked, their body language stiff. Young Jock leaned back in his chair, muttering loud enough for cameras to pick up. "Man, this gone end bad. Real bad." Scrappy smirked nervously. Spice whispered, "Chilly, I can't do this again." Then Jasmine made the first move. She leaned forward, smirking, her voice laced with venom. "So, Rasheeda, how's it feel knowing you can't escape me? No matter how hard you try, I'm always going to be part of your little fairy tale with Kirk." The audience gasped. Rasheeda's jaw tightened. "You are nothing but a mistake that won't go away," she shot back, her voice sharp as a blade. Jasmine laughed. "A mistake? It's funny because Kirk sure didn't treat me like one when he was texting me at 3 a.m. You want me to read the messages? I still got them right here." She lifted her phone, waving it like a dagger. The crowd erupted, gasps, screams, a few shouts of "read it." The chaos was building. Rasheeda slammed her hand on the table so hard the microphone rattled. "You put that phone down. I'm not about to let you disrespect my marriage again." But Jasmine leaned back, scrolling casually. "Don't act brand new, Rasheeda. You forgave him for everything. You forgave him for me. You forgave him for the baby. You forgave him for lying. That makes you the fool, not me." That was the last straw. In a flash, Rasheeda lunged across the table, knocking Jasmine's phone from her hands. The audience screamed as glasses toppled. A chair tipped over and chaos erupted. Jasmine shrieked, clawing at Rasheeda's hair, while Rasheeda shoved her backward, yelling, "Keep my name out your mouth." Security bolted from both sides of the stage, struggling to pull the women apart. Spice jumped to her feet, shouting, "Stop it, stop it. This too much." Young Jock had his hands on his head, shouting, "Yo, chill, chill." Scrappy pulled back one of the chairs before it could fly across the room. The fight was raw, messy, and shockingly real. Rasheeda, usually the picture of composure, was screaming at the top of her lungs. "You don't know me, Jasmine. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what it's like to build a marriage while vultures, like you, tear it down." Jasmine fired back as security pinned her arms. "Don't put this on me. He came to me. He lied to you. Stop blaming me for his trash behavior." The set was pandemonium. Crew members shouted into headsets, Audience members clutched their phones, recording every second for Twitter and TikTok. Producers huddled on the sidelines, panicked, but also salivating. This was the kind of footage that meant ratings gold. Finally, after what felt like hours, the women were dragged apart. Jasmine's hair was disheveled, her dress slightly torn, but she was still smirking, still throwing daggers with her words. "You can fight me all you want, but it won't change the truth. I'll never stop lying to you." Rasheeda, shaking with fury, ripped off her mic pack and threw it onto the floor. "I'm done with this circus. Done." Her eyes were glassy with tears, her voice trembling with rage and hurt. She stormed off the stage, shoving past crew members who tried to calm her down. The cameras followed her into the hallway, catching every broken sob, every curse under her breath. "They think this is funny. They think my life is entertainment. I've been humiliated enough. I don't deserve this." Back on stage, Jasmine sat down casually, crossing her legs as if nothing had happened. She can cry all she wants. The truth always wins. The producers were left scrambling, the cast in shock, the audience buzzing with energy. But the drama didn't end there, because later that night, Rasheeda did something no one expected. Instead of retreating into silence, she picked up her phone, went to Instagram, and pressed go live. Her eyes were swollen, her voice was heavy. But what she said next left the internet in shambles. When Rasheeda hit that go live button, nobody was ready for what they were about to witness. The same woman who had spent years holding her composure, smiling through pain and keeping her brand intact, was now sitting in front of her phone camera with no makeup, tears streaking down her face, and a voice that cracked with every word. Thousands of fans flooded the live within seconds. The numbers shot up like wildfire. 5,000 viewers, then 20,000, then 50,000. Until over 100,000 people were watching Rasheeda pour her heart out in real time. The comments exploded instantly. "We love you, Rasheeda. Forget Kirk. You deserve better. Don't let Jasmine win." But Rasheeda wasn't there for sympathy. She was there to finally let everything out. Her voice trembled. As she began, "I've been quiet for too long. Y'all see the glitz, the glam, the boss lady image? But y'all don't see what I deal with when these cameras stop rolling. I've been disrespected, lied to, betrayed, and still I tried to hold it all together. For my family, for my kids, for this damn show." She wiped her tears, her chest heaving. "Tonight broke me. That fight with Jasmine. It wasn't just about her. It was about everything. Every lie I forgave. Every humiliation I swallowed. Every time people told me to leave, and I stayed. I stayed because I thought love would change him. But love don't change a liar." The comments section went into overdrive. Hearts flooded the screen. Fans spammed, "Preach, Queen. Don't cry. We got you. You're stronger than both of them." Rasheeda leaned closer to the camera, her eyes red but blazing with truth. "Y'all think I didn't know about Jasmine? I knew. Y'all think I didn't know about the baby? I knew. What y'all don't know is that producers been using me as a storyline for years. They exploit my pain, my tears, my marriage, because they know people tune in to see me break. And I let them. I let them because I thought maybe one day all this struggle would mean something. But right now, all I feel is broken." Gasps filled the chat. Fans weren't just angry at Kirk anymore. They turned their fire on the producers. Comments like, "Mona Scott, you wrong for this? Think exploiting Rasheeda for ratings? Cancel the whole show." Started trending within minutes. And then Rasheeda dropped the first real bombshell. Her voice dropped low. "You know what hurt me the most? Jasmine, waving that phone around like she had power? Y'all don't even know the half of it. Kirk been texting her. Not just years ago, recently. Seen the messages. He telling her he's sorry. He telling her he'll make it up to her. And you know what? He never even told me he was sorry. Not once." The chat froze, then exploded. "Wait." Comments filled the screen. Fans typed in all caps, Oh my God, he's still talking to her? Rasheeda, expose him, sis. She nodded, her lips quivering. Yeah, I ain't dumb. He thought I wouldn't find out, but I got eyes everywhere. People send me screenshots. People forward me messages. And you know what I realized? This man never stopped lying. He just got better at hiding it. By now, Rasheeda's Live had crossed 150,000 viewers. Blogs were screen recording every second. Gossip pages were reposting clips in real time, and Twitter was on fire. But Rasheeda wasn't done. She leaned back, sighing deeply. And Jasmine. You think you won tonight? You think you came out on top because you embarrassed me in front of the world. Nah, what you don't realize is you embarrassing yourself. You're walking around proud of being somebody's side chick, proud of breaking another woman's family. That ain't strength. That's weakness. That's desperation. Her words cut like knives. Fans cheered in the comments. Yes, Rasheeda. Drag her respectfully. We standing with you, queen? But the Live took an even darker turn when Rasheeda's tone shifted from anger to despair. Her voice cracked as she whispered, Sometimes I ask myself why I stayed, why I forgave him, why I kept trying. And the truth is, I didn't want my kids to grow up seeing their mama walk. Realize, staying is hurting them more than leaving ever could. Tears streamed down her face again. Fans spammed broken heart emojis. One comment that went viral read, Sis just said what so many women feel but can't say she's done. Then, in a chilling moment that nobody saw coming, Rasheeda said, Y'all want the truth? The real truth. This show been hiding things from y'all? There's more women, more stories, more lies. And if I don't leave now, it'll kill me. Inside, the screen froze for a second as fans flooded with all caps. More women, expose him. Drop the receipts. But Rasheeda didn't drop names. Instead, she ended the live with a haunting line. I don't know what tomorrow looks like, but tonight I'm done pretending. Y'all wanted the real Rasheeda. Well, here she is, hurt, angry, and ready to choose herself. She tapped the screen, ending the live silence. But the internet wasn't silent. Within minutes, clips of her breakdown were everywhere. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, Baller Alert, all posted with captions like, Rasheeda breaks down. On IG Live after Catfight with Jasmine, and fans rally behind Rasheeda after Raw confession. On Twitter, hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag stand with RASHEED, hashtag cancel LHHATL, and hashtag Kirk exposed. Fans weren't just sympathizing anymore, they were mobilizing. And while Rasheeda's words brought fans closer to her, they also ignited a war. Because producers, they weren't happy. And according to insiders, they immediately began scrambling to control the damage. By the time Rasheeda ended her Instagram Live, the internet had turned into a battlefield. Clips of her crying, clips of her exposing Kirk, clips of her calling out producers. They were everywhere. Within an hour, Live was the #1 trending topic on Twitter worldwide. Hashtags exploded across platforms. Hashtag stand with RASHEED, hashtag QCAXposed, hashtag cancel LHHATL. And the most savage one of all, hashtag fire the producers. Fans weren't just posting sympathy messages. They were dissecting every single word, every tear, every pause. TikTok edits flooded timelines, layering her emotional breakdown over sad R&B instrumentals. While Instagram fan pages uploaded screenshots of her haunting words. If I don't leave now, it'll kill me inside. One viral tweet read, Rasheeda carried herself like a queen all these years, and this is how she gets treated. Nah, we writing for her. It gained over 200,000 likes in hours. Another thread on Reddit broke down the entire timeline of Kirk's ALLEGED betrayals, complete with old clips, photos, and leaked receipts. The headline, 10 years of Kirk humiliating Rasheeda, a complete history. Fans who had once called Rasheeda weak for staying suddenly flipped the script. praising her courage for finally speaking her truth. But not everyone was sympathetic. Jasmine, ever the provocateur, took to Instagram with a cryptic post. A photo of herself sipping champagne with the caption, "Unbothered. Truth always wins." The backlash was immediate. Thousands flooded her comments, calling her heartless, messy, and obsessed with clout. One fan wrote, "You embarrassed yourself, not Rasheeda." She walked out a queen. You walked out desperate. Another, "Stop bragging about breaking another woman's family. Ain't cute." But the most shocking reactions didn't come from fans, they came from Rasheeda's peers. Celebrity reaction, Scandi Burus, visibly emotional, went live and said, "I've known Rasheeda for years. She's one of the strongest women I know, but everybody has a breaking point. Watching her cry like that broke me. She didn't deserve this ambush. Not from Kirk, not from Jasmine, and definitely not from these producers." Tamar Braxton tweeted, "It's never entertainment when a woman's spirit gets broken. Shame on everybody who played a part in this." Even Cardi B, who rarely comments on LHH drama, liked a tweet that read, "Men embarrass women publicly and then cry privately for forgiveness. Nah, stand up, Rasheeda." That single like turned into headlines across blogs. Cardi B sides with Rasheeda after IG Live breakdown. Suddenly, the narrative had shifted completely. Rasheeda wasn't just a reality TV star in pain. She had become a symbol of resilience, of women who had endured too much and were finally ready to choose themselves. But while the public rallied around her, the producers behind Love and Hip Hop Atlanta were in full-blown crisis mode. Producer panic, according to an insider leak. The production team scrambled the morning after her live. Emails flew between VH1 executives, Mona Scott-Young, and PR specialists. One leaked email allegedly read, "We need to contain Rasheeda before this damages the brand. Her live is being spun as exploitation. If she walks, we lose credibility and ratings." Another producer, reportedly furious, was overheard yelling, "Backstage, she just undid years of storytelling in one live. We can't let her control the narrative. We need to cut footage, spin it, something." But the damage was already done. Fans were calling for boycotts. Advertisers were reportedly concerned about brand association. And even cast members were uneasy. Spice posted a vague tweet. "Sometimes producers do too much. There's a line y'all don't cross, period." Young Jock, always messy, posted a meme of Maury Povich holding DNA results with the caption, "Producers be like." It racked up thousands of laughing comments, but also highlighted the uncomfortable truth the producers had pushed too far this time. And then came the insider leak that changed everything. A crew member anonymously messaged a popular gossip page, claiming that Rasheeda had begged producers not to bring Jasmine onto the stage during filming. She told them it was too raw, too messy, and she wasn't in a place emotionally to handle it. The message read, "But they forced it anyway because they wanted the drama. They wanted her to snap. They set her up." That leak spread like wildfire. Fans were furious, so they really ambushed her for ratings. Disgusting. Mona Scott needs to be held accountable for this. This is trauma porn at this point, not reality TV. The conversation had shifted from Rasheeda versus Jasmine to Rasheeda versus the entire Love and Hip Hop machine. Fans mobilized. What shocked producers even more was how quickly fans mobilized. Petitions popped up demanding VH1 apologize to Rasheeda and offer her a spin-off of her own. Within 24 hours, one petition had reached 75,000 signatures. A fan-led Twitter campaign called #GIVE, RASHEEDA, her own show, trended for hours, with thousands tweeting suggestions like, "She don't need Kirk. Give her a boss woman show about her boutique and her real life." Meanwhile, gossip blogs reported that Bet Plus and Zeus Network had already reached out to Rasheeda's camp. offering potential deals if she decided to walk away from LHHATL. She's in demand right now, an insider said. Everybody sees the support she's getting. It's bigger than the show at this point. But just when fans thought the story couldn't get any crazier, a shocking rumor hit the internet that the fight between Jasmine and Rasheeda may have actually been planned not by Rasheeda, but by the producers, who allegedly encouraged Jasmine to provoke her with the text messages. If true, it meant Rasheeda had been not only ambushed, but manipulated into breaking down on camera. The backlash intensified. VH1's Instagram was bombarded with comments like, "Stop exploiting Rasheeda. Apologize now. This show is done without her." Kirk's silence sand through all of this. Kirk Frost remained silent. No live, no post. No defense of his wife, nothing. Fans dragged him relentlessly, calling him spineless and a ghost husband. One viral meme showed him Photoshop disappearing like a shadow with a caption, "Kirk when Rasheeda cries." The silence wasn't just damaging his image, it was painting Rasheeda as the abandoned heroine, left to fight battles alone while her husband cowered in the background. By the end of the week, the entire industry was talking. Was this the beginning of the end for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Or was it the rebirth of Rasheeda, finally breaking free from the chains of Kirk and the producers who thrived on her pain? Because as one insider put it, if Rasheeda leaves, half the audience leaves with her. She is the show. While fans were rallying behind Rasheeda online, she herself had gone silent. No lives, no stories, no posts, just quiet. And that silence was deafening. Because if there's one thing viewers had learned over the years, it's that Rasheeda never moves without strategy. She wasn't just healing, she was plotting. According to insiders, the very morning after her tearful Liv, Rasheeda met with a top Atlanta divorce lawyer. Paparazzi didn't catch her, but word leaked from a friend of the firm who claimed she was there for 2 hours straight. The leak sent fans into a frenzy. Was Rasheeda finally filing? A screenshot of a supposed legal note circulated on Twitter showing potential separation terms with Kirk Frost's name at the top. No one could confirm if it was authentic, but the internet didn't care. "Sis is done and I'm here for it." One viral tweet read. Another, Rasheeda walking into the lawyer's office was her Beyoncé Lemonade moment. But divorce wasn't the only card Rasheeda had up her sleeve. Behind-the-scenes sources close to production whispered that Rasheeda had demanded a private sit-down with exec protect its talent from harm. An alleged leaked email from a VH1 executive summed it up best. "If Rasheeda leaves, we lose legitimacy. If she sues, we lose money. We need to contain her and offer concessions immediately." But Rasheeda wasn't alone in her frustration. The cast itself was starting to fracture. Cast Divide Spice went live with a cryptic message. "Certain things cross the line. I'm not standing for it." Fans instantly interpreted it as support for Rasheeda. Young Jock, ever the class clown, posted a meme of a courtroom with the caption, "LHHATL reunion. Kirk versus Rasheeda. Judge Judy presiding." While it was a joke, it also fueled speculation that legal drama was brewing. Meanwhile, Scrappy liked multiple fan tweets dragging Kirk. One particularly savage one read, "Kirk been embarrassing Rasheeda since Obama's first term. Enough is enough." But not everyone was Team Rasheeda. Some cast members, allegedly egged on by producers, began subtly siding with Jasmine. A mysterious audio clip leaked of one female cast member fans guessed it was Carly Red saying, "At the end of the day, Rasheeda knew who she married. She can't play victim now." The audio leak divided fans even further. Some argued Rasheeda should have left years ago. Others insisted she had every right to fight for her family. And producers had crossed an unforgivable line. Spin-off rumors and then came the twist that made fans lose their minds. Rumors of Rasheeda getting her own spin-off. Blogs like Hollywood Unlocked and The Shade Room reported that both Bet Plus and Zeus Network had approached her with offers. One insider claimed Zeus offered Rasheeda a multi-million-dollar deal to headline a show centered around her boutique, her family, and her journey without Kirk. Fans went wild. "I would 100% watch Rasheeda's own show," one tweet said. "Give her the spotlight without all the mess." Another bet plus is smart for this. Kirk been holding her back for years. Petitions started trending under hashtags, like hashtag RASHEEDA spinoff and hashtag justice for RASHEEDA, reaching tens of thousands of signatures overnight. It was no longer just about supporting Rasheeda. It was about elevating her beyond the toxic cycle of LHATL, Kirk's growing isolation while Rasheeda's star power soared. Kirk was being dragged through the mud. His silence, once his shield, had turned into a weapon against him. Memes flooded social media. Kirk photoshopped hiding under tables. Kirk edited into the background of Maury shows with captions like "You are the father." One savage post read, "Imagine losing your wife, your fans, and your dignity in 24 hours. Kirk Frost, ladies and gentlemen." Even celebrities started clowning him. 50 Cent, always ready to stir the pot, posted a meme on Instagram, a picture of Kirk with the caption, "Boy, you better start selling them bikes again, 'cause Rasheeda about to take half." It racked up thousands of laughing emojis. The final blowbutt just when fans thought they'd seen it all. A shocking leak hit the internet. An alleged confidential letter from Rasheeda's lawyer to VH1 producers, demanding they stop airing the catfight footage. The letter claimed the ambush caused emotional distress and hinted at a possible lawsuit, if true. This wasn't just about a divorce, it was about Rasheeda going to war with the network itself. Fans lost it. Comments exploded. "Sue them, sis. Take the whole show down. She deserves every penny." And while Rasheeda stayed silent, her silence felt strategic. She wasn't lashing out recklessly. She was letting the fans, the media, and the leaks do the work for her. Every day, her power grew, while Kirk and the producers shrank deeper into the shadows. By the end of the week, the question wasn't whether Rasheeda would leave Kirk. It was whether she would burn down the entire love and hip-hop Atlanta empire. On her way out, just when fans thought the storm might finally calm down, Jasmine came back swinging. And this time, she didn't just throw shade. She lit the entire internet on fire. Late one night, Jasmine went live on her Instagram. Unlike Rasheeda's emotional breakdown, Jasmine appeared cool and smug, sipping wine, hair flawless. Her son's toys visible in the background. Her very first words set the tone. "Everybody painting me the villain. But let's be real, I'm the only one who's ever told the truth." Within minutes, over 50,000 people were watching. Some came to support, most came to hate watch. The comments were vicious. "Sis, you proud of being messy? Go sit down somewhere. You'll never be Rasheeda." But Jasmine thrived off the attention. She leaned closer to the camera. "Y'all want receipts? Fine. Here's one." Then she dropped it. Holding up her phone, Jasmine showed what looked like a fresh text thread with Kirk. The messages read, "Kirk, I know things messy right now, but I'll always take care of you. Don't believe everything Rasheeda's saying on live. Jasmine, then tell her the truth. Don't leave me out here looking crazy. Kirk, not now, just lay low." The audience lost its mind. The chat filled with all caps. "Oh my God, what? Leaked the whole thing? Kirk's still talking to her." Jasmine smirked. "So, while y'all calling me desperate, just know your queen's husband's still hitting my line. And that's facts." Screenshots of her live flooded Twitter within seconds. Blogs rushed to repost, captions screaming, "Jasmine drops new receipts, Kirk's still in contact." Fans, however, weren't impressed. If anything, they turned their fury up even higher. "Girl, you exposing yourself at this point?" One viral tweet read, "If he's still talking to you, that don't make you special. That makes him trash." Another, "She's bragging about being second place. Embarrassing." But despite the backlash, Jasmine had successfully reignited the fire. Within hours, hashtags like #Jasmine receipts and #Kirk still lying trended across social media. Meanwhile, Rasheeda stayed silent. No lives, no stories, no posts. But her silence only made fans louder. Supporters swarmed her boutique's Instagram page, leaving thousands of comments like, "We support you, Queen." "Don't let them break you. Leave them, sis. We got your back." Sales from her online store allegedly skyrocketed overnight. As fans put their money where their mouth was to rally behind her, an insider revealed Rasheeda hasn't said a word. But trust me, she's watching everything, and she's furious. Jasmine might think she's winning, but Rasheeda is gearing up for her biggest move yet. Even the cast got pulled into the mess. Spice posted a thinly veiled jab on Twitter. Some women too busy fighting for scraps when they could be building their own empire. Fans instantly knew it was aimed at Jasmine. Young Jock joked on IG Live, "Rasheeda don't need to throw hands no more. She got the whole internet fighting for her." But the most shocking development came from the industry side. A Bet Plus executive allegedly confirmed to a blog that they had reached out to Rasheeda with a formal offer for her own show. "The support she's getting is undeniable," the source said. "Her story is bigger than the franchise now." News sent fans into a frenzy. Give Rasheeda her OWN show. Bet better cut that check fast. She don't need Kirk. She don't need VH1. She can shine on her own. For the first time in years, Rasheeda wasn't being framed as the humiliated wife. She was being crowned as the queen, finally breaking free. But just when fans were ready to celebrate Rasheeda's victory lap, another bombshell rumor surfaced. According to an anonymous gossip blog, Jasmine wasn't the only one with receipts. Another woman, completely unrelated to the show, was allegedly preparing to come forward, claiming she, too, had a child with Kirk. The blog post ended with a chilling line. If this story is true, the Jasmine versus Rasheeda fight was only the beginning. The real storm is still coming. After Jasmine's receipts live, the internet was rabid, waiting for Rasheeda to fire back. Fans spammed her comments, tagged her on every post, begging for her response. But Rasheeda, she said nothing. Days passed with no stories, no selfies, no boutique promos. Just silence. And that silence was louder than any words, because everyone knew Rasheeda doesn't disappear without a reason. When she goes quiet, it means she's making moves. According to insiders, she had cut off filming completely, refusing to return to set until producers addressed her demands. She told them flat out, no more ambushes, no more Jasmine setups, no more exploiting her pain, one crew member claimed. And if they couldn't respect that, it's just done with the show. VH1 executives were reportedly panicking. Advertisers were threatening to back out. Sponsors were reevaluating their partnership. And rumors swirled that Rasheeda's legal team had already drafted a cease and desist to block the catfight. Footage from airing, the cast felt the tension, too. Spice tweeted, "Sometimes silence is the loudest clapback." Young Jock joked during a club hosting gig, "Sheeda ain't saying nothing 'cause she letting Bet do the talking." Fans roared with laughter, convinced he had confirmed the spin-off rumors. And speaking of BET, the whispers only grew louder. Blogs reported that Rasheeda had been spotted meeting with network reps in Atlanta. Allegedly, they offered her full creative control of a show centered on her business's motherhood and life post-Kirk. One insider spilled, this could be her big exit. Forget the humiliation. Rasheeda could walk away from LHHATL with her OWN empire. Bet, Netflix, even Zeus want her. Just the occasional vague post about staying focused. But fans weren't fooled. Focused on what? Not your marriage, one brutal comment read. Memes of Kirk as a disappearing ghost flooded Twitter, painting him as the weakest man in reality TV. But the silence broke in a shocking way. Not from Rasheeda. Not from Kirk, but from yet another anonymous woman. A gossip blog posted a blind item claiming a new baby. Mama was about to step into the spotlight. The post read, "An Atlanta woman connected to a certain music manager claims her toddler is his. She says she has DNA proof. If this goes public, it will blow the entire franchise apart." Fans instantly connected the dots. Kirk Frost, the internet, went nuclear. Tweets flooded timelines. Kirk running a whole daycare at this point. Rasheeda can't catch a break SMH. If another child surfaces, VH1 needs to cancel the whole show. The rumor reignited the frenzy, making the Jasmine fight look small compared to what might be coming. Through it all, Rasheeda remained silent, no confirmation, no denial, no reaction. Just one chilling Instagram post, a black square with the words, "Truth always comes out." The comments blew up instantly. "Drop the bomb, sis. We're ready for the receipts. Expose everybody." And that's when it hit fans. Rasheeda wasn't done. She was preparing for something much bigger. Because when she finally breaks her silence again, it won't just be about Kirk. It won't just be about Jasmine. It could expose the entire love and hip-hop empire. This wasn't just reality TV anymore. This was raw, unfiltered truth spilling out for the world to see. Rasheeda's emotional live after that explosive catfight with Jasmine wasn't just a breakdown, it was a breakthrough. And now, the silence she's holding on to feels more powerful than any words. With producers panicking, fans rallying, and whispers of another baby mama creeping into the conversation, one thing is clear: this story isn't close to finished. So, what do you think? Will Rasheeda finally walk away from Kirk and take her crown back on her own terms? Or will more secrets drag her deeper into the chaos before she finds her freedom? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit subscribe, because the next twist in this saga is already brewing. And trust me, it's going to shake the entire industry.